Hey guys, welcome to yet another edition of Enota Digital Storytime. I'm so glad you joined me today, and let's dive right into this bad boy. Alright, well you guys all know I love to start things off with my favorite game. It's called Guess the Sound, so grab a parent, grab a friend, grab an uncle, see if you can guess what this sound is, and defeat Mr. Sanders. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Turn this a little up there. Kind of a funny sound. Alright, well I want you to guess what it is. I'm going to give you 3 seconds wait time. You should have just said what you thought it was. Here's a drum roll. It is, let's see, a hyena. Look at that hyena. He looks like a mean hyena. I wouldn't want to get to know him. Well, guys, today I thought we'd do a quick author study about a guy named Jeff Kinney. Now, Jeff Kinney, you can probably tell from this cover, is the guy that made Diary of a Wimpy Kid. He's really creative, and I've enjoyed Diary of a Wimpy Kid. I really sincerely enjoy reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid as an adult. So do all my kids and my nieces and nephews. And my wife loves this book. I mean, we love Jeff Kinney. So I thought I'd share with you a little bit about his life. And the reason we do this is so you can get ideas about books to read, but also to understand how creativity works and how people don't give up when things don't always work out. Though some authors do, things just work out. But like if you remember from Dr. Seuss, he got rejected by 37 publishers before he finally got accepted. And even then he didn't have a lot of success until many years later. So you should always never give up if you have a dream. And today we're going to learn about Jeff Kinney and how he achieved his dream of becoming an awesome multi-million-dollar making book publisher or bookmaker, author of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. So here's our table of contents. You should always check out the table of contents, especially if you're doing research. The table of contents will give you information about what each chapter is about. So chapter 1, we have the author's influence. Chapter 2, where to begin. Chapter 3, big breaks. And chapter 4, surprised by success. We also have a timeline, and we have a glossary. Remember, a glossary is like a mini dictionary in a book. So it's like a dictionary within a book that tells you what any hard words are. Chapter 1, an author's influence. In 2009, Jeff Kinney had a great year. First, he won the Dorothy Canfield Fisher Children's Book Award. Then Time magazine picked Kinney as one of its 100 most influential people. Even better, Kinney's first book was being made into a movie. How did he make all of this happen? He wrote a book called The Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Now, you see this word in bold? Anytime something's in bold, like for instance an author's influence, it tells you what this whole chapter is about, or a word, even a single word, influential, that word is an important word. It may be a hard word, and the book will usually give you a definition of that word. So influential means having the power to change or affect someone. Chapter 2, where to begin. Jeff Kinney was born February 19th, 1971 in Fort Washington, Maryland. He grew up with 2 brothers and 1 sister. So it's a pretty big family. His mom taught nursery school, and his dad worked as a military analyst. Wow, what a weird... I haven't ever heard that job before. It was his dad's love of newspaper comics that really changed Jeff's life. Every morning, his dad would share the funny pages with Jeff. It was something they shared together. Now, that word's in bold, analyst. An analyst, someone who examines something carefully in order to understand it. That seems like a cool job. Real people. Are Jeff and his brothers like any of the characters in his books? Jeff is a middle brother, like his main character, Greg. Jeff's older brother did have a rock band, just like Greg's older brother, Roderick. But Jeff says his characters are a mix of people he has known. So he kind of grabs different traits from people he's known over time and mixes them together into different characters. In 1989, Jeff graduated from Bishop McNamara High School. I can never say that word, I'm sorry. In Forestville, Maryland. He planned to join the Air Force, but his love of comics changed his mind. He attended the University of Maryland with the dream of being a cartoonist. So there's his dream, there's his goal. He wants to be a cartoonist. While there, he created the comic strip Igdoof for the campus newspaper. Igdoof followed the adventures of a college freshman. So there he is. He's coming up. There's the University of Maryland campus, and he's already making cartoons. Graduate to finish a course of study in school and receive a diploma. After college, Kenny tried to get a job drawing cartoons, but the newspapers he sent his drawings to rejected his cartoons. Reject means to refuse to accept something, such as an idea, drawing, or book. Mr. Sanders knows a lot about rejection from young ladies in high school and college. Well, did he give up when he got rejected? No. Luckily, he also enjoyed working with computers, and he got a job with a website called FunBrain. At FunBrain, he created online games and activities for kids. Now, that sounds like a fun job to make activities for kids. That's pretty cool. Chapter 3, Big Breaks. Kenny was not ready to give up cartoons. So even though he got rejected from different publishers and newspapers, he kept trying. In 1998, he started working on a book called Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And in 2004, he began posting sections of it daily on FunBrain's website. At first, about 20,000 viewers a day visited the site. Soon, more than 70,000 people a day viewed his work. That is a lot of people. Oh my goodness. Now, this is an important quote. The idea of Diary of a Wimpy Kid was actually born of failure, Jeff Kinney. So his failure didn't stop him. And he also used what he had. Now, he was working on a website. He could have just been quiet and done his job and been successful and had a good life working at the FunBrain website. But he didn't just do that. He put himself out there. He used what he had, and he put his cartoons on FunBrain, and they were successful. Kenny got his big break in 2006. During a comic book convention, he showed his book to an Abrams book editor. The editor offered to publish Kenny's book for kids. Diary of a Wimpy Kid hit bookstores in April 2007. It soon became a New York Times bestseller, and in time, it rose to the #1 spot. Wow, that's a big achievement to be a New York Times bestseller. Well, what are these two words, editor and publisher? An editor is someone who checks the content of a book and gets it ready to be published. And a publish is to produce or distribute a book, magazine, or newspaper so that people can buy it. Kenny's success did not end with the first Diary of a Wimpy Kid book. Between 2008 and 2012, he published 6 more books in the series. He also published the Diary of a Wimpy Kid Do-It-Yourself book. It teaches readers how to keep a journal. And in 2010, the Wimpy Kid movie Diary explained how Kenny's first book became a movie. So he's written many books, and he's gone on since this book was ready that I'm reading to create many, many more books, and he's created spin-offs of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Diary of a Wimpy Kid jumped to the big screen in March 2010. The movie was a huge success. 2 more movies quickly followed. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules opened in 2011, and Diary of a Wimpy Kid Dog Days hit theaters the next year. It includes events from the 3rd and 4th Diary of a Wimpy Kid books. On a personal side, look, so I'm using my text features. These big words help me know this is going to be about his personal life. Kenny lives in Plainville, Massachusetts. He and his wife, Julie, have 2 sons, Will and Grant. That's cool. Chapter 4, Surprised by Success. Kenny's success surprised him. His books have been translated into 41 languages. More than 75 million copies are in print worldwide, and Kenny plans to continue writing Wimpy Kid books. His eager fans can't wait to find out what happens next. Translate means to change one language into a different one. Pop Tropica. Kenny isn't just a successful author. In 2007, he created poptropica.com, a gaming website for kids. On the site, kids can create Pop Tropican characters. These characters explore stories, games, and go on adventures to the islands of Pop Tropica. Now here's the timeline. The timeline shows events in the order that they happened. So in 1971, he was born. Jeff Kenny was born. In 1989, he graduated from high school. And from 1989 to 2004, that's many, many years, like 15 years, he did not have success with Diary of a Wimpy Kid. And even in 2004, it helped his job and it helped his website, but he still wasn't super, super successful. That came in 2007, when his first book, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, was first published. Now, right here, at the end of the book, we have a glossary. And all those special words that I read to you earlier are here in this glossary. And they tell you how to say the word an, ol, ist. They've got it in syllables to help you say it. Ed, ter, editor. and it gives you the definition. So a glossary provides definitions of hard or technical words. Well, guys, that's the end of our short presentation about our author study about Jeff Kinney. I was really inspired by that. I think he had a dream. He pursued it. It took him almost 20 years for his dream to come true. But he didn't give up. And in the meantime, he worked a steady job, but he kept pursuing his dream as he did that. I think that's really inspiring. And I'm glad it worked out for Jeff Kinney because his books have brought me personally and many people in my family and many of you students a lot of entertainment. Well, guys, we are all out of time. Thank you for paying attention. I hope to see you soon. Bye.